Seeking Secrets is a social experiment where strangers share honest and complex truths. We ask that you treat the participants with respect. Thank you for listening to their stories.
My ex-boyfriend said he would kill himself if he wasn't with me. I call him my ex because he's gone. I've been feeling grief for 2 months now. You died 2 months later. She died. I hope one day I can see him again.
I've lost loved ones, and I've also had friends who have struggled significantly with grief, but I can never tell those friends that I'm often very suicidal. I maintain this sunny disposition to hide what I've been going through, but as they're coping with loss, I'm coping with the effects that losing my own life might have on their life.
Oh, no. I sit in the same position as her every single day. My mom, who has done the most for me, I feel like I can't even tell her how I feel sometimes because the times where it's gotten really, really bad, seeing her feel like she's going to lose me has hurt me so bad.
Sometimes putting on a sunny disposition is trying to protect other people, and sometimes it's also trying not to address maybe what's going on with me. And so you use it as like a hiding mechanism for yourself as well as for other people. And it is a dangerous thing to feel kind of that alone. I'd highly encourage this person that they might be surprised if they share how they're feeling with their friends.
When I was like 12 years old, me and my 2 brothers were told that my grandfather had passed away of a heart attack. It was really sad, first death I had to go through. And then fast forward 2 years later, maybe more than that, I'm snooping through my mom's phone and I find her Reddit account. And on her Reddit account, she detailed how my grandfather actually committed suicide. They just told me he had a heart attack because they didn't want to explain the concept of suicide to me. He had died 2 years ago, but now I'm breathing all over again and for something completely different. And I can't tell my family.
It must really hurt because they said they can't tell other people or tell their family. It hurts that they can't mourn in the way they usually do.
I would understand why she wouldn't want to tell her children how he actually did it, because I know that suicide is a very hard topic to discuss.
I can't imagine being an adult trying to explain really big topics to a kid, because what? I don't know what I would do. The first overdose, first death in my life, I wasn't told what actually happened. I actually was also told it was a heart attack. It's almost like you have to solve a puzzle before you can grieve when it comes to that kind of stuff, especially when you're younger. For this specific person, they didn't keep that information from you to hurt you. It was to actually protect you.
So I've grown up in the Bible Belt my entire life. And earlier this year, my cousin died by suicide. Previous to this, I'd removed myself from religion. It's probably been about a year now. When the time came for the funeral, all people could keep saying and talking about was, thank goodness he was saved 2 months before he died. And they kept repeating it over and over and over again. And in those moments, I was so angry because I know that there were people there at his funeral who thought that he probably went to hell.
It's very unfortunate at a time like a funeral for people to discuss things like that, but that may just be their way of coping. Suicide is a very hard thing to conceptualize, especially when it's your loved ones. So relying on faith is definitely something that is an anchor for a lot of people to get through stuff like this.
After I lost my sister, the judgment that I just saw from the church when I wasn't actively going back after the loss, oh man, I relate to that so well.
My 15-year-old brother took his own life 3 years ago. Every day I struggle with forgiving him because it seemed like a very selfish and weak thing to do.
My dad took his own life 2 days before my 10th birthday. And, you know, it ripped the family apart pretty significantly. And I remember I had woken up the night that he had passed. And I had dialed his number. I was like, I just want to talk to him so bad, you know. And then I never did. And for the longest time, you know, I was like, that would have made all the difference. I find that I'm angriest in like moments of transition. So like graduating from high school or, you know, getting a new job. Moments where it's like, I wish he was here to see what I'm doing. Maybe it's too easy to say we all make mistakes, because that's a pretty big mistake.
I hope he can forgive his brother, and more than forgive is accept his suffering and the choice he made. And, you know, life's different for everybody, and I think acceptance is like the right path towards peace.
My ex-boyfriend said he would kill himself if he wasn't with me. I call him my ex because he's gone. I've been feeling grief for 2 months now.
Someone very close to me when I was younger was suffering with depression and was very suicidal, and I was really the only person that knew what they were going through. I had went home and told my mom because this time it was real. I never talked to her after that. I was receiving messages from my friend about how much she hated me for doing what I did.
If you could say something to your 12-year-old self, what would you tell her?
I would say that I'm proud of her.
I lost my best friend from suicide when I was 23. I used to do a lot of drugs so I couldn't see her again, and it was just crazy times. After I stopped doing drugs, I kind of forgot about her, and then I think that's better for me to forget about her than actually think about her, because there's no point when she's not even here anymore.
I feel sad for this person that they feel like they should just forget about them, that's gonna make it better. I can't imagine just forgetting. Even the shirt I'm wearing, this is my husband's shirt. I haven't gotten rid of anything, and I don't plan on it, you know, to forget anything. You know, my husband hung himself, and to this day, like it's like a little, almost like a video saved in my mind of exactly walking in the house. I struggled a lot with seeing him all the time, and that still happens at times. You know, I'll be driving and I'll look, you know, through my mirror and look into my back seat, and I see him with a rope around his neck, how I found him. I don't know, I wish that I remembered more of the happy stuff, but it's difficult, you know, it's just like there.
I had a friend who passed away in the winter of 2018, and on the 2-year anniversary of his death, he came to me in a dream. And in this dream, he gave me a really, really long hug. And then he told me, I know that this isn't okay to ask of you, but you could always join me here. I'm always so lonely. And I told him I can't because there are too many things that I have to look forward to. He told me, that's okay, just promise me we'll hang out once you get here. And I think about that dream at least once a week.
So I actually have so many dreams about my friend. She comes to me at least like once a month, but it's the same dream every single time. And I see her and I'm like, oh my God, Maya, like, where have you been? Like, I miss you so much. And she's like, I've been in school, and she's always in school. I mean, I graduated college almost a year ago. She would have graduated at the same time, but she's still in college in my head. Since she never really graduated, I guess.
I hope that dream fades for her, I guess, because I know my husband is happy for me of how far I've come. It's not been an easy one since he passed, but I know that he wouldn't want me to join him just yet. I know my husband is somewhere where his heart is at peace, and I know he's painting somewhere, listening to music, probably Mac DeMarco or Kid Cudi, having probably a taco.
It's really easy to say it gets better. We need to say that to each other, I think. But it's really hard to believe or to understand that it does get better. Because people would say that to me all the time, and like, you want to slap them. I once woke up in like a pool of my own blood. I remember being a little upset that I woke up. But I'm so glad I did. You know?